The energy meter is a new support designed to help conversational partners reflect on their arousal states and really reflect on them in relation to the environment. So you'll see there are two sides to the support. One, energy needed or the match for the activity, and the second side reflects my energy or where I am. The states really reflect those biobehavioral arousal states, but with words that are familiar to our students or individuals on the spectrum. So things like maxed out and frenzied for extremely dysregulated, amped up and fidgety would be our agitated state, focused and purposeful, settled and calm, sleepy and still, and asleep. You'll notice these words are purposely chosen to reflect internal energy, so what it might feel like and what it might look like, but purposely do not have emotion words tied to them, because remember, arousal states can happen with any emotional overlay. So the ideal here is to help students or individuals start to identify when they're in a good match with the environment and when there's also a mismatch. So being able to mark what the expectation for the environment is. So if it's gym class or PE, maybe amped up and fidgety is where we want them to be. But if our students are unsettled and calm, that gives us a mismatch that tells us that a regulatory strategy is needed to help increase that child's arousal level so that they're better able to participate more fully in the activity. And vice versa. Perhaps they're in an activity where sleepy and still is what we're after, but they're in that maxed out frenzied state. Again, giving us information that there's a mismatch and we need to be looking towards a regulatory strategy to help rectify that. In this support, there is this basic energy meter, but there are 3 other adaptations as well. 2, focusing on areas of special interest, just to give you some ideas of ways this could be personalized. So 1 done with Pikachu characters. Big shout out to Dr. Laurent&Fede for doing this one for us, as well as 1 for students who might be particularly interested in the periodic table, looking at the reactivity of elements. Definitely worth a read. I recommend it. And then 1 done by 5th graders looking at terminology that they might use commonly in the classroom as well. So it is important to personalize the support to make sure that it's reflective of concepts that the students understand and the verbiage is such that they can access it. The key is making sure that it's really tied to an energy level and not tied to an emotional state. The last page of the combined support actually has the arrows. So what we would recommend is when you're putting this together, that you would put strips of Velcro down either side of the support, and then you could move those arrows to be able to indicate the state that the student is in, or and the state that the environment is kind of requiring or helping them to be successful. The other thing you could do is laminate it and use a white bark marker. So we hope this is interesting. I will tell you that we've been piloting it with several students at all different age levels, and it has been working really well. So we hope it works for you too.